radio más molina. Hablamos de lo que te interesa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's program. I'm your host, Laura, one of the English teachers, and today we have a very special episode lined up for you. We'll be exploring the fascinating world of international exchange programs, cultural differences, academic experiences, and much more. Joining me today are three wonderful exchange students from Norway, Rikke, Charlotte, and Vilde. These bright and adventurous young girls have come all the way from Norway to experience life and education in Spain, here in Zamora, and we are thrilled to have them with us today. They are bringing their thoughts to the table, and together they'll share their ideas about what it is like to live and study abroad, and how their experiences are shaping their perspectives on the world. So stay tuned as we dive into their journeys and discover their lives as exchange students. Let's give a warm welcome to Rick, Charlotte, and Vilde. Okay, so let's take a moment to learn a bit more about Norway. I'm sure many of our listeners are curious to hear about what life is like in Norway and how it compares to what they've experienced here. Let's talk about their traditions, lifestyle, and what makes Norway unique. So, Rick, what aspects of life in Norway have you missed the most while being here?
Yeah, I miss a big part of my daily life because a lot of things changed here. I had to interpret a lot of new things in my daily routine, such as eating meals at different times, having to be a lot more open minded and meeting new people, since Norway is not as friendly to meeting new people as they are here. And I met a lot of new people. So, I mean, I miss my family and friends, and I miss the food home. And yeah, but it was a good experience, like learning new stuff and getting them into my daily routine. Something I can take back to Norway. Yeah.
Charlotte, what differences have you noticed between school life here and in Norway?
Okay, so the biggest difference I noticed from school here and then compared to Norway was that we use a lot of computers doing our schoolwork, and here you mostly read in books and write in on paper. So that was probably the biggest difference for us Norwegians when we came here. And also the classes are kind of longer. The periods last no, they last shorter here in Spain than in Norway. Like for me, periods last 90 minutes, and here they are 45, 50 minutes ish. So that was also a big difference for me.
Okay. So yes, it's true. This especially attracted my attention because I think that 90 minutes is quite long time. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So, Vilde, what are your favorite Norwegian traditions?
I think my favorite Norwegian tradition is our Constitution Day because we celebrate our Constitution Day like very properly with the food and being with friends and family, and we were like walking in a parade, singing our national song, and we are also dressing up in like our national dresses. So it's like everybody gets like the day off from school and work, and then we celebrate it. So that I think that's my favorite Norwegian tradition.
Okay, that's nice. I don't know many things about Norwegian tradition, so I will have a look at all of the things that you are mentioning. Okay. So, studying abroad is a huge adventure, but it's also a journey of growth and adaptation. These girls have been here for a month, more or less. So let's find out what led them to choose Spain, what challenges they faced, and what new experiences have shaped their time here. So, Rick, Why did you want to come to Spain?
I mean, I came here after my Spanish teacher recommended me to apply here for this exchange program, and I wanted to learn more about the culture and learn more Spanish, of course, since Spanish is such a big language all around the world and is kind of a necessity for knowing it to speak it. Because, for example, here, a lot of people don't know English, so you kind of need to know more Spanish so you can communicate with them. And that's something I wanted to learn more about. Yeah, the Spanish language.
Hmm. That's the first language that you are learning there in your country, or your first language apart from your native language is English, and then you've got Spanish,
Yeah,
or
Spanish is the third language.
Mhm.
Is first Norwegian and then English and then Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Then, Vilde, what has been the biggest challenge you faced as exchange students?
I think my biggest challenge has been the communication because I'm used to only talking Norwegian, but here, of course, nobody speaks Norwegian, and my Spanish level isn't very high. Like, my vocabulary isn't very wide, so I don't know very much Spanish, just limited. So it's hard to communicate with those who don't speak English because there's a lot of people here who doesn't speak English. Because I thought that it was more normal to know a little bit English at least and understand something, but a lot of people are very bad at it compared to in Norway.
Mhm.
So the biggest challenge is probably the communication.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that for us it's quite different. I know that people who come from countries in the north have a higher level of English. But yes, maybe it was a good challenge for you. Like, okay, it's a new country, new communication, new people. It's necessary to communicate in Spanish because they are not very good at English. So, yeah, it's like a way to motivate yourself to learn the language. Okay, so now let's get a bit more personal. When you're in a new country, you bring your passions and hobbies with you, but you also discover new ones along the way. I'd love to hear about what keeps you busy outside the classroom, either here in Spain or in Norway. Vilde, what do you like to do in your free time, both in Norway and in Spain?
I mean, both places I love like just watching TV and like on being on social media, but also being with friends and spend time with my family. So here in Spain, obviously I can't be with my family, but I have been a lot like in the streets, visiting new places and experience new things. But in Norway, on my free time, I love like playing football and working out and everything. But that I haven't had the chance to as much here. So I had to do other things, such as like experience and see new monuments.
Okay, that's nice. Then you have mentioned many like sport activities. Okay, you have said that you are keen on football. Do you play in a team or anything there back in your country?
Yeah, I play in on a team.
Okay.
So I'm used to like training like 3 or 4 times a week. So that's a big difference here.
Do you have a favorite food from Norway that you miss?
Yeah, I miss a lot of taco because they don't Spanish people don't eat as much taco as we do in Norway. For example, we have something called Taco Saturday that we eat like taco almost every week. And I miss Norwegian water
Mhm.
because we get the water from the mountains,
Ah,
so it's fresh water instead of like buying water at the store. And I miss like meatballs with brown sauce and yeah, like those kind of stuff.
okay. It's curious because the first thing that you have mentioned are tacos,
Yeah.
and maybe that's something that I don't associate to the culture in Norway.
Yeah.
But these tacos are like the same tacos from Mexican food, or they're
Yeah.
different?
They're kind of the same. We have like bigger, I think they eat like smaller um, portions or yeah. So, but we eat a lot of taco, and it's documented that Norway is like the country that eats the most per individual person.
Good. So, Charlotte, have you tried any local food that surprised or delighted you here in Spain?
It's like meat on a stick,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked to our exchange
Ah,
partners.
pincho moruno?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
They said it was very common in Spain. I mean, we all really liked it. It was
Okay.
very different. Like, you can't go to a corner shop in Norway and get those kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that was very good, and
Mm-hmm.
we really enjoyed that.
Vilde, is there any sport or activity in Norway that isn't common here?
I mean, in Norway, as you know, maybe there's a lot more snow, especially in the winter. So a lot of Norwegians have like a cabin in the mountains. So a lot of us have as a hobby. Not all of us do it professionally, but have it as a hobby to ski like in the weekends and in the vacations. And I think that it is normal here too, but not as normal as in Norway.
Yeah, it's a sport that some people practice here in Spain, but it's not the most common thing for everyone. Okay, I think that maybe when I was a child, we went to the mountains in a place near Salamanca, but we don't practice it as much as you do there. Okay, but yes, I would like to try it because I guess that it has to be difficult but fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. And I think almost every Norwegian knows how to do it. Of course, not everybody, but most people.
Okay.
So you should try it one time.
Okay, thank you. So, one of the most powerful aspects of studying abroad is the cultural exchange that happens along the way. I'm curious to hear how your time here has influenced the way you see both your own culture and the one you are immersed in now. Vilde, what do you think both cultures can learn from each other?
I mean, as Ricky mentioned earlier, the people here are kind of more extrovert. Like when you meet new people in Norway, it's not normal to like talk to strangers on the street and everything, but that's a lot more normal here. So maybe especially Norwegians could learn some of that because we were just like walking to the bus and sitting down with AirPods in our ears and not talking to anybody. But here it's like you meet a stranger and suddenly you have a conversation with them. So we can learn that.
Okay, so you think that our attitude towards other people could be something positive?
Yeah. Like, I mean, of course, Norwegians are very friendly, but when you know them, but it's like if you don't know them, you're probably just going to walk past them without
Mhm.
like saying hi or something.
Yeah, it's true that we are very different
Yeah.
in this aspect. Yeah. Okay, so Rick, if you could take a piece of this country back to Norway with you, what could it be?
The friendliness of the people. I would highly recommend more Norwegians to learn more of the Vilde said, like take back more of our the personalities of people here, like the friendliness and
Yeah, I think that it's connected to what Vilda said before, like our attitude towards other people is different. Okay, we are maybe yes more extroverted. Okay. So, traveling is often one of the best parts of being in a new country. As exchange students, I'm sure you've had the chance to explore new places. Let's chat about your favorite destinations and any future travel plans while you're here. So, Vilda, have you had the chance to travel to other places while staying here in Spain?
Yeah, every weekend we have like visited new places and it has been very cool like to see new places. Like one weekend we were in Sevilla and that was very beautiful. And of course I loved like how it was warmer there because when I think of Spain I always like think of the heat. And
Yeah. Yes, I understand you. It's true that most of the foreigners that I have met in my life associate the idea of Spain with heat. most of the time. But you know that, well, here there are many differences between the north, the south, and the center of the country, and especially if we are talking about Seville, okay, which is one of the hottest places in Spain. So yes, I guess that you notice the difference a
Yeah.
lot. Do you remember how many degrees in Seville when you visited the city?
I think it was around 28. So
28.
it was very nice.
Yeah.
And
When did you go there?
the first weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, and also like Norwegians,
Mhm.
when we go to Spain in the summer, we always go to somewhere with a beach by the coast in the south. So with the warmth. So after visiting Sevilla, we also visited Huelva.
Huelva, yes.
See, and there we like visited the beach and everything, and that was very nice as well.
Okay. Did you like Sevilla or Huelva most?
I mean, I like the city, Sevilla, the most, but I love the beach as well. So
Both places then.
yeah, both
Okay.
places.
Enrique, have you participated in any festivals or local events? How was that experience?
The first weekend we was here, we participated in a local event. I think it was a party, as the teenagers here call it, where a group performed, and after they performed, it was a DJ. And the first thing I noticed was it was lasting throughout the night, like to 4 in the morning, which is very unusual for us, like to be at a festival and there's still many people there not going home, just being there with their friends. And I think it's very ordinary because there's a lot of young people. So it's like, you don't know, maybe some of them are younger than us, and yeah.
Yeah, it's true. When you go out in Norway, in the place where you live, what's the time do you normally go back home?
I have a curfew at like midnight, but I don't usually stay till like 4 in the morning. And my family that I'm living at, like my host siblings can be home at 4 at night, and the mother will think that's fine. So it's like a very big difference. My mother would never allow me to like get home during the night like that.
Yeah. And Charlotte, have you participated in any festival?
I went to the same festival as Rikke, and I stayed there 2 more hours than Rikke. So in the end, I was very cold because it was at night. But in Norway, we usually have like festivals, but they're not free. I think this one was free to attend. And we also the Spanish people also told us that there are a lot of festival like this one, and also village parties that are very fun to attend, and that's also not common in Norway to have. We have like bigger festivals that people from all over the country come to.
Okay. Yeah, here in Spain it's very common, especially in places like these or in Salamanca, where I am from. It's very common for young people to go to the parties in villages. Yeah, especially in summer. So, being in a new country always comes with funny stories, unexpected surprises, and new discoveries. So let's have some fun and hear about the most unexpected or amusing things that have happened to you during your time abroad. So, Bildu, have you learned any funny or unique slang words here?
I mean, yeah, I have learned new words, but I only learn bad words, so I don't think I should say them.
No, you shouldn't. But it's true that these are like the very first things that we learn when we go to a country. I don't know why, but I think that that's the first thing. Yeah.
Of course, I knew a lot from before, so I have learned some new like daily life words, but the like slang or funny words is like the bad words.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. If someone were to visit Norway for the first time, what is the one thing they absolutely must try? So, Charlotte, can you tell me about it?
I think that one thing that everybody should try if they come to Norway is probably the water, because like here, I tried the water from the tap because my exchange student said that we could drink from the tap, but it tastes very different from Norway. So I went with the bottle instead, bottled water, and it tastes better. But yeah, the water in Norway is very fresh and really nice, so I would definitely recommend to try that. And as well as some local food, maybe.
Mhm.
That's very common in Norway to eat.
Okay. And what about you, Rikke?
I highly recommend people visiting the fjords in Norway, especially during the summertime. And if people are visiting during the winter, they should definitely try skiing, like long distance skiing or skiing down the mountains. But it is kind of expensive to ski down the mountains. You have to pay around 100 euros for a day ticket. So long distance skiing is often more common to do if you don't want to use money. Yeah, and there's a lot of snacks I highly recommend people trying, like Quick Lunch, which is kind of another version of Kit Kat.
Okay.
But do not say to a Norwegian that they taste the same because Quick Lunch is way better.
Okay.
It translates to a quick lunch, which people bring on trips, on hiking, and like on skiing when they want the break.
Okay, nice. Norway is one of the countries that I want to visit in the future. So I have taken note of everything that you have said. Now it's in my bucket list. Okay. So, with that, we've reached the end of today's episode. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with Charlotte, Rikke, and Will, and learning all about their experiences as exchange students from Norway. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, insights, and a bit of your culture with us. I'm sure our listeners have enjoyed hearing about the similarities and differences between Norway and Spain, and the many ways studying abroad can open up new perspectives. We wish you all the best and hope that when you return home, you take with you some wonderful memories from your time here. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Stay with us for more exciting conversations, and until next time, keep exploring the world around you. This has been Laura for all of you. Have a great day, and bye bye, girls.
Radio Más Molina. Hablamos de lo que te interesa.